Welcome to EnergisAI's step-by-step tutorial on creating a basic AI using our AINet software. I'm Tyrone, and I'll guide you through the entire process, from downloading to purchasing and setting up your first AI project. Whether you're a beginner or looking to expand your AI skills, this video will help you get started on the right track. We're going to begin by opening up your browser and heading to www.energisai.com. Once at the website, you will see 5 options in the top right-hand corner: the Our Services, How It Works, the Store, the FAQ, and the Login. For this case, we're going to log in. If you don't already have an account made, at the bottom, you can create your account. Once logged in, the options at the top right-hand corner will change to the Member Center and Account. Under the account, you can modify your account, view your orders, see your payment methods, update your address, and view your profile. Under the Member Center, there are 5 options: the AI Creation Center, the Software Center, the Knowledge Center, the Terms of Service, and the Privacy Policy. To download our application, you will go to the Software Center. Once in the Software Center, you will have the option to download for Windows. Once downloaded, you can navigate to your Downloads folder to install the software. To complete the installation, simply follow the steps outlined in the installer. First, click Next. Then select the location in which you would like to install the application, and then select whether you would like to install the application for everyone using the computer or just for one user. Then click Next to install the application. Once the application has been installed, press Close to close the installer. By default, the application, once installed, will add a shortcut to your desktop. Clicking on the desktop should open the application, which will show a new model tab, your active models tab, as well as the delete model menu. On your first install, it is unlikely any models will show up in your active models tab. We will add models by first going to the website. Under the Member Center, under the Creation Center, you will find our store for purchasing your artificial intelligence models. There are a few options to choose from in this store, including the basic model and the advanced model. The advanced model leverages our AI algorithms to determine the optimal architecture for your AI. The basic model allows you to set your own architectures, depending on your knowledge about AI. The size given here by medium, small, and very small allow you to choose your complexity of your model and price point accordingly. To demonstrate how to use the advanced and basic model creation tools, we'll create a basic AI for analyzing the stock market on historical data. To do so, we'll start off by going to Yahoo Finance. And we'll select a common stock such as Amazon. When we go to the Historical Data tab, they allow us to download the CSVs of the historical time period. For this specific case, we'll take the maximum period. Hit Apply and hit Download. In our downloads, we'll be able to open up the Amazon spreadsheet in .csv format. In the downloaded spreadsheet, we get the date, the open, the high, the low, the close, the adjusted close, and the volume for a total of 6 inputs. For this specific example, we want to predict what the high is going to be tomorrow based on the data we obtained today. To do this, we're going to find all of the historical data for what the price was tomorrow given the current date's value. To set up our outputs, I'll start by expanding the dates. As we can see, it goes from the earliest date of provided data to the last date of provided data. To determine what tomorrow's price is going to be, we can simply hit Enters to the next line item. And we can expand it throughout the entire column. Once expanded to the entire column, I will copy and paste it again as values to ensure that any links formed by Excel are broken. If we scroll all the way down to the bottom of our data, we will see that we will not be able to predict what tomorrow's price is today because we have not yet seen that data. so we can delete this row. Back at the top, I will add the column for the output. We can then move this column away. The output column will then be saved into a separate file at the end. To clean up our data, we want to make sure all of our data is in number format. To do this, we can simply click on the number and switch to number format to convert our dates into a number. As it is, our AI will only look at what today's price is to predict tomorrow. If we want to predict what it is based on the last 1 day or 2 days, we can add additional columns, like so. By adding these additional rows, we give our AI more context. However, keep in mind that this tends to reduce the amount of data that you are able to use. For example, by adding an extra day, we're removing one extra line of data since we cannot fully fill this data line. As such, I'll have to delete this row. Just to be consistent, I will then copy over all of my headers. We have now successfully set up our input and output data to create our AI with. We will have to save our input data and output data in separate files. I'll do this simply by creating an output folder and then deleting the previous columns. In this output file, I'll then select all of the columns before the outputs row and hit delete. As you can see here, I did not successfully break all of the links, so I will undo that, recopy them, and repaste them as values, and then repeat the process of deleting the column. I'll then go back into our original file and delete the outputs column, as this is in its own separate file, which we will call up later. Now that we have our data set up, we can return to our website and purchase our model. In this case, we're going to use the Advanced Small Numerical Model. Here you can select the amount of input nodes that you have, which for us is less than 50, and the number of iterations, which for us we will select 10. The number of iterations is important as it determines the complexity or the amount of times that our AI algorithms attempt to come up with the best model. The more iterations you have, the more likely you have the optimal model. However, the longer it will take. Directly below the maximum iterations, you have the maximum hidden nodes. This directly impacts the intelligence of your model and its capacity to learn. The higher the hidden nodes, the smarter your model will be. However, the more likely it is that to just memorize the training data. Our advanced model creation tool automatically selects the hidden nodes used and the number of layers to have the optimal model with the best results. In our case, we will select 50 hidden nodes and add to our cart. Once it is added to our cart, we can scroll up to our cart at the very top right corner and check out. Once you have purchased your new model, you can open up the application and enter the new model through the New Model tab. You will receive 2 emails to your email address used to purchase the model, featuring the model number and the model PIN. In our case, the model number is 1354158263698215, and our 6-digit model PIN is 992103. Upon hitting submit, it'll be added to our active model list. Here we can set up our model and select our model name. Here we will do the 2-day Amazon trainer, and we will save this name. For our function, we want it to be off by a relative amount, i.e. we want our results to be off by 1% or 2% versus being off by $1 or $2. We can select that by having relative rather than linear. Additionally, we can select the number of headers that are in our input data and output data and select their data locations. In our case, it's in our downloads. So we'll first select our input data and then our output data. and submit our model. In this case, our output data has a few entries with zeros, which is not allowed, so we will have to switch to our linear function. It will then be uploaded to the server. This may take a minute. Once your data upload is complete, the model will now be pending. While it is in the pending state, you can cancel your training for any reason. However, once the training has actually begun, you will no longer be able to cancel your training. The amount of time taken to complete training depends entirely on the amount of data, the complexity of the complexity of the analysis being performed, and the number of iterations requested in our advanced model trainer. Once your model is ready to be used, the pending model state will then change to an active model state. Now that the model is trained, you will see its status as updated to active. If we click on it, we will see the active model menu. Here we can put in new input data and the output data location to make new predictions on new data that the AI model has never seen before. Additionally, you can also put in the input data headers. It'll also tell you exactly how many inputs that we take. In this case, it was the 14 inputs that we originally trained the data on. If we are going to use any new information through it, it must be formatted in the exact same way that it was trained. On the following tabs, we have the model metrics, which show what the layer architecture is, as well as the accuracy on the training data. So in this case, we can see that it is predicting plus or minus 0.65 or 65 cents plus or minus on every prediction throughout the entire history of the Amazon stock. We can also see the model history, which includes when the model was trained, when it is available for use, as well as any other information such as who is using the model and how many times they are using it. On the last tab, there's the Add Tokens feature, which allows you to enter in new token codes provided on the website. By default, 1,000 tokens are provided with each new model activated. This means that 1,000 lines of data can be processed by each AI model before additional tokens must be purchased. And with that, your AI is ready for its continuing use. We hope this video has given you the knowledge and confidence to harness the power of AI for your projects. For further information, updates, or any additional resources, visit our website or reach out to our customer support team. And make sure to subscribe for more tutorials, tips, and AI insights.